We see the world piece by piece as the sun, the moon, the animal, the tree, but the whole, of which these are shining parts, is the soul. Have you ever felt drained, like your inner light is fading? Let's explore how to reconnect with our vital force and awaken our inner fire. I had a time in my life when I felt no drive to do anything. The blooming trees that in other times were so enchanting and I don't know, a nice dish that used to attract me no longer had the same appeal. I abandoned my painting practice. No book seemed attractive and interesting enough to stimulate me. Conversations with people, they were something that was pure boredom. And then I had a dream in which basically it was the end of the world, the end of my world, which was caused by the sun dimming. So it was not a sunset, it was the complete gradual extinguishing of the sun. This dream concerned me greatly. In my dream, I was detached, motionless and numb, with a sense of hopelessness that mirrored my waking life. And then suddenly I linked the image of the dimming sun with the concept of vitality. This decrease in energy, in light, was paralleling my mental state and my physical state. And then I wondered, perhaps there is a link between the symbol of the sun and the vitality of the human being. I asked myself, what happens when the life force dims, not just in the sky, but in myself? Is there a way that I can get this vitality back? There were some occurrences in the past when one of my landlords, a woman in her 40s, told me that she was diagnosed with cervical cancer. And during one of our calls, she confessed that the only thing she wanted was just to lay under the blanket somewhere in the sun. She mentioned the word, the sun, as if it was her last wish. So that phrase seemed at the time very significant, but I couldn't tell why. A couple of years later, a neighbor, a frail woman in her 50s, she was also diagnosed with breast cancer. And every time she came to visit me, she was shivering. She was wearing woolen socks, although it was hot summer. I think it was August. There was this withdrawal of heat and energy that I couldn't name. Obviously, there was a biological cause, but was that biological gradual cooling down originating from a loss of vital force? And then it clicked. I realized when these women were saying that they were craving sunlight, they were trying to express that they were thirsty for the essence of vitality itself. As I was reading Man in the Search of Meaning. I remember the example of one of his inmates who had the high hope of being liberated on a certain day. And when that day didn't arrive, he got sick. I think he got flu, and soon after he succumbed to it. This is an example when the loss of vital force leads to the loss of physical vitality. You become vulnerable to all sorts of diseases, to even habitual bacteria or viruses you could otherwise survive. Viktor Frankl tells in his book about several accounts what he saw happening within that camp when people seem to give up to life within their minds first, then the body followed. So it seems as if this vitality originates somewhere in the mind, in consciousness. In his book, he talked about his wife, the image of his wife, while he was in prison in this camp. He was talking that the image of his wife was very luminous. It was like a guiding force, right? So he was in a dark place. If he couldn't find the source of vitality within himself, and had to borrow one in order to survive. I think that is subconscious. We want from spirituality practical advice. But for me, all the spiritual sources seem to, okay, and what then? What's the point of the whole discussions about the vital force if you don't give me something I can use in my daily life? I want to know how to increase this vital force. So I went online and I looked for the gurus or psychologists, or if we explore spirituality and we read books, they have to serve a purpose. I have to get something out of it. I want to know how the knowledge of the sun as being the symbol of the vital force can increase or can help me live a better life. So I thought to myself, how can I increase it? How can I find my zest for life, my libido, my, the drive to achieve? But you see, sometimes we ask the wrong questions. Maybe the life force is something that is continuously produced and given to us, and we should stop blocking it or wasting it. It will replenish by itself. So I look around and I think, what is draining me? Are there interactions with people that are draining me? Then cut those interactions off. You have to eliminate first the most obvious causes of discomfort. Like, you have a pebble in your shoe, you don't reach for a painkiller. You try to take out the pebble out of your shoe. We underestimate the power of the environment in influencing us and our mood. We underestimate the monologue, the conversation we have in our heads. I think the point is not to seek sources to increase the vital force, because it increases by itself. And how do I know that? Well, look at the newborn babies or the animals in their stages of infancy, how they're playful and full of energy. Remember your own childhood when you had this drive for life, even if you had problems like I did. for example. I grew up in an alcoholic household with a lot of domestic violence, but still I had that force inside of me, that joy that was independent of my outside environment. So I believe if you watch these young animals at play, you see that that vital force is at its peak. So I believe we are receiving this vital force up to a certain moment. But we should do everything in our power to stop and to eliminate those places where it's draining out of our lives. You have to look around and inside yourself and see what drains me. It's as simple as that. If you go back to your mind, this circling around your own thoughts, overthinking, this is draining. That's why many spiritual practices teach you how to be in the moment, how to find peace by not thinking. You can start in the mind, and then you look around into your environment. You know, I have a pile of socks laying in the bed since 5 days, and it's causing me anxiety. The way I look in the mirror and I'm unshaved or my hair is all over the place. Fix that. So you fix your environment, you fix your what's going on in your head. You have to do, it's true, you have to do those things that bring you joy. You might get hints of those moments of joy in dreams, for example. And for example, I had a dream when I was back into the 80s in that golden glow, and I felt exuberant. Of course, I cannot go back to the childhood, and I cannot get back that golden light, but I can incorporate some moments of joy similar to those moments in childhood into my life. Okay, so here are the things that worked for me. Decorate your space with sun imagery, paintings, sculptures, or sun motifs that inspire vitality and creativity. This is because symbols like the sun are deeply rooted in the human mind, so they speak to us on a deeper level beyond logic that makes them a powerful tool for personal growth. Then notice how the sun appears in your life. Pay close attention to dreams, meditations, or random thoughts where the sun shows up. Do things that make you feel alive and radiant. Engage in music, art, movement, deep conversations, whatever it takes to ignite your passions, because they are like the sun giving you energy. Step outside and feel the sun. Let its warmth remind you of your inner vitality and strength. The ancient ones carved their wisdom into stone, not just to venerate the sun, but perhaps to remind us of something much deeper. Maybe they weren't merely worshipping a sun god. If you'd looked at online, this is the most frequent explanation. Maybe they were preserving a truth about life itself. The sun, the source of vitality, was their way of showing that the fire we see in the sky mirrors the fire within us. Their symbols may be more than devotion. They may be a warning. Vital force is not just given, it must be kept alive. Just as the sun never ceases to rise, we too must guard and nourish our inner fire. Do not let it fade into darkness.